This is Max Williams with United Real Estate, and today I'm in New Kent County. More specifically, I am in Patriots Landing. Patriots Landing is a large subdivision of typically craftsman style homes, and they are relatively new, very attractive craftsman style homes at that. Many homes in this subdivision are well over $500,000. This is on the more affordable side, coming in at about $357,000. This home is available on the market. This is a spec home. The builder has finished it and is anxious to go ahead and get it sold. I'm going to chat primarily here today about a question that I received yesterday, and it had to do with the differences between modular construction, stick-built construction, and manufactured homes. And I get this question all the time. It can be a little confusing until Max explains it to you. Very simply, modular construction is the type of construction where they use the same building materials as a traditional home like this one, yet the home is assembled into modules or boxes in a factory. And the big advantage to that is you're building the home in a controlled environment. You don't have rain, snow, sleet getting on your building materials, and you can have a lot more precision when the same man or woman is doing the same thing day in and day out with the same exact floor plan. So it makes it a little bit more accurate as far as the precision goes. And of course, you've got economy of scale. When you're doing something over and over again using the same materials, you can typically do it cheaper than if you're just building one house here, one house there. So the claim to fame for modular construction for a lot of people is the strength. Bob Vila, a number of years ago, did an article about the strength, particularly for homes that need extra strength that are in hurricane-prone areas. And the easiest way for me to explain how a modular home is stronger is by using the following analogy. If we think about an egg crate that holds a dozen eggs, or egg carton actually, that holds a dozen eggs, has little individual compartments for each egg. Not only does it protect each individual egg, but also it adds to the structural integrity of that box. And I've always, all my life, I've wanted to use that word, structural integrity. It makes me sound much smarter than I really am. But that box is very strong because of those individual compartments. Modular construction is the same way. You're taking a bunch of modules, you're putting them together on top of a foundation. Therefore, your home is much stronger than it would be. If that egg carton were just an open box with no individual compartments, it would not nearly be as strong. Imagine this. You've got to pick up each of those individual compartments, put it on a truck, and the truck goes down the highway at 55, 60 miles an hour. That's got to be pretty strong. If you tried to take a stick-built home and put it on a truck, it would fall apart the first time you tried to lift it. So that is my little analogy on why modular construction is very strong. You're not going to save a whole lot of money from my experience with modular. You might save a little bit, but it's not going to be, a 30 or 40% savings over a stick-built. You typically have to consider as well where the home is going to go. There are logistical issues. You've got to get the home from the factory to the work site. You're not going to put one in the middle of a metropolitan area. Typically, they're going to be a more rural area or an area where it's easy to get in with those big trucks and maneuver. And we don't see a lot of modular here. We do have a few builders, and there's some parts of the country where it's very popular. Okay, talking about stick-built. Stick-built is a traditional home. Sticks refer to 2x4s. 2x4s are commonly called sticks in the industry, and that's where it gets the name stick-built. They are what everyone is typically used to. Manufactured homes are simply a new term for mobile homes. The industry wanted to increase their attractiveness years ago, and they said, hey, this mobile home or trailer concept is not really working for us. We're going to call ourselves manufactured housing. In manufactured housing, sometimes those dealers will try to pawn off their manufactured homes as modular construction. So you got to know exactly what you're looking at when they start using these terms. You can take a double wide, put a couple of dormers on the top of it, make it look like a traditional stick-built home, and then call it a modular home, but it's not. So you just gotta be a smart consumer. I do not recommend manufactured homes in this area because they do not maintain their value and they do not appreciate at the same rate as a single family stick-built home. The other consideration is for real estate and tax purposes here in Virginia, and I believe it's in almost all the country, they will consider a mobile home real property or real estate if it is on a foundation. If it's not on a foundation, they consider it personal property and it's deeded through DMV. So you have a title for a mobile home, just like a car if it's not on a foundation. If it's on a foundation, then it's considered real estate, just like a stick-built home. So just FYI for you there. Lenders will treat modular construction just like they will stick-built home. In fact, an appraiser cannot even tell unless they are a building expert on the difference between modular and stick-built. The only way they could really tell would be to go underneath and look at the underside of the foundation in the crawl space perhaps, or if they went up in the attic and they knew what they were looking for. But trust me, they typically don't, and they don't care because the marketplace will treat it just like a stick-built home for value purposes, okay? In fact, some people would actually prefer modular than stick-built, so there's no issue there with value. I hope that it was a quick and dirty explanation of the differences. If you have questions about this or any other home in the market, it would be my honor to help. Also, I just found out from a couple of my lenders that VA loans will now allow us to go in and do some repairs to homes. And that's been the one downside to a VA, a Veterans Administration loan, that in the past, if the home was not move-in ready with no deferred maintenance, we were pretty much out of luck. There was no provision to have that work done. But now there is a renovation loan that's available for veterans. Veterans that are eligible to use that benefit. It is an amazing benefit. The rates, the terms, it cannot be beat. Shout out to my fellow veterans that have earned that amazing benefit. You guys really need to take advantage of that. It will work for new construction. It will also work for resale, modular homes. It's just much more flexible now. If you have any questions about this or any other home on the market, my name is Max Williams. It would be my honor to help you. Please remember, we do have the rent-to-own program. Homes like this would potentially qualify. So make sure you give me a call, 402-7788. I can reach on Facebook under Richmond Area Foreclosures, on YouTube under my name, Max Williams Realtor. Thanks so much for taking the tour. Have a great day.